Out of the FA Cup last week, the Champions League this week, top four hanging by a thread, the famous Tottenham Hotspur, the gift that keep giving. Yes, that's right. Tottenham Hotspur are out of the Champions League. And not only are they out of the Champions League, but they are out of the Champions League in the most pitiful and pathetic of manner. They went out with a whimper, an idiotic whimper. Christian Romero, we will come on to talk about you very, very soon, my friend. Tottenham Hotspur, in the pouring rain in North London, have been booed off in the last 16 of the Champions League. It is truly glorious. Milan fans erupt into spontaneous scenes of joy as Tottenham are out. And in my opinion, Tottenham's season is well and truly over. To go out of Europe in that way, it's damaging. It was derailing. It's very, very difficult to keep a team fully focused when they have put in a disgraceful performance like that. Lads, you're playing in Europe. You're Tottenham Hotspur and you're playing at the top table. And you had a very favourable draw. You got AC Milan, a very beatable AC Milan team. They are not very good. It's very important to remember that this AC Milan team are not very good. Not domestically at all. You know, they currently are fifth. They have 47 points after 25 games. They're having an all right season. This isn't the AC Milan team that you think. You know, when you say AC Milan, what do you think? You know, you think of the prestige of the San Siro. You think of the most iconic kit. And then you think of Marco van Basten, Ruud Gullit, Kaká, Andrea Pirlo, Hernan Crespo. This isn't that. You know, seems all right. But you're looking at Origi. It's Olivier Giroud. You know, it's not what you think. And Tottenham, when the draw was made, this is the perfect draw. And they have made a pig's ear of it. They're Tottenham. They're a team that have won 2 League Cups since 1991. They're a team and a set of supporters who think they're a big club because their great-granddad saw them win the double. Their great-granddad. They last won the league closer to the Victorian era than it is to today. And yet they tell you they're a big club. And somehow they're competing at the very top table. They're in Europe. So turn up. How have they put in such a pitiful, pathetic, shambolic and flimsy? That's what it was. They weren't brave. They weren't fighters. They were weak. They didn't turn up. And I don't know how they can do that. Because when you are in Europe, you always have to turn up. And that is something that I am so proud of my team for doing. Chelsea in Europe will always be serious. Chelsea in Europe will always compete. Chelsea in Europe are always a threat to everyone. And that has always been the way. This isn't a pre-Roman Abramovich thing. This goes back to 1971. This goes back to 1995. This goes back to 1998. And it doesn't matter what Chelsea team you think of, you can always say that Chelsea are a significant threat in Europe. Beating Real Madrid in Athens in 1971. Doesn't matter whether it's Paul Furlong scoring against Bruges, John Spencer scoring against Vienna, Gus Poyet scoring against Real Madrid, Dennis Wise scoring at the San Siro, Torre Andre Flo against Barcelona. Even when the Chelsea team is weak, even when we are not a threat domestically, we are a significant threat in Europe. Look at what we achieved yesterday. Look at what we did. We are a team in disarray. We are a team that are a total shambles. And yet we are in the last 8 of the European Cup. And nobody in their right mind would say that we aren't going to win it because we are totally capable. Compare that to any London representative other than us. The score is Chelsea 2, London 0. Nobody turns up. Even Arsenal. Huge club, incredible stature of a football team. And they are a team who, when you think about the skyline of London, huge club. You know, they belong in the pantheon of great football teams, Arsenal. But even the most devoted Arsenal fan will have to admit that their record in Europe is pitiful. They will have to admit that Arsene Wenger, who at various points in his career had the best team in the world, they have not turned up. They should have won a European Cup under Wenger, and it is a travesty that Arsenal Football Club have never been European champions. Chelsea have done it twice. We are London. We are London's representative. And Tottenham have put in a shambolic display because it's an embarrassment. It's an embarrassment to London because they didn't even turn up. Even if you lose, even if they're better than you, you fight. You make it a battle. You turn up. Football can often be about percentages and ideology and team ethos and believing in the future and trusting the process and all of that. Other times, though, simple game in it. Other times, in the pouring rain, in a European knockout game, with the scoreline finally poised, turn up, have a fight, win the game. Battle, win, find a way. Tottenham, none of the above. And it was such a pathetic performance. They are in total disarray now. What this result means for the rest of their season, I dread to think. How is Harry Kane feeling today? There was a moment, he had one good chance. Header 2 minutes before the end. Keeper made a good save. And off the back of it, Origi should have scored, by the way. Off the back of it, the more likely team to score once it was saved, and it was a comfortable save. It was a good save, but it was a comfortable save. Origi went up the other end and really should have put it away, hit the post. But Harry Kane now must simply be looking at Manchester United going, sign me, please. Everything that Manchester United are lacking, they're playing Wout Weghorst. Oh, Wouty boy is playing as a number 10. Imagine Harry Kane in that team. Imagine the amount of goals he would score. Imagine the player that Marcus Rashford would become because of Harry Kane. Imagine the player that Harry Kane would become because of Rashford and because of the institution that is Manchester United. Just get him out of there. Even I'm feeling sorry for him now. And it just needs to end. I think the impact on Conte, I think he just needs to leave. I mean, he was going to leave anyway. But there is now an argument to suggest that he needs to leave now. Because with him there, I just don't think that they're going to make it. He made some terrible, terrible decisions today. I honestly couldn't believe it. When I saw Kulusevski going off and Davinson Sanchez coming on, I mean, that is the sort of substitution that gets you the tic-tac, Antonio. Unless that's what you're trying to do. Because I can't see Tottenham making it into the top four now. Liverpool are looking too strong, and in fact, it's irrelevant. Tottenham lost to Wolves the other day. So it's irrelevant how strong Liverpool are looking. Tottenham are going to falter. That is virtually a guarantee. Look how badly they've been getting it. I mean, that clash that we watched just now, AC Milan, the great AC Milan versus Tottenham Hotspur. I mean, it's a Europa League game. The quality of football was a Europa League game in everything but name. I mean, and that might even be generous. I mean, the standard of both legs was dreadful. And I think Tottenham were fortunate that AC Milan didn't have a bit more about them. Otherwise, the tie would have been well and truly over. Tottenham rested players in the FA Cup against Sheffield United's second string. And they've rested players and they have gone out like that. It's a dismal performance, a truly dismal performance. And I just don't see how Antonio Conte can carry on there now. It's over. It really is. And Tottenham had all the ball. The game had one tone. Tottenham had all the ball. They were trying to find a way, but they could not create any genuine threat. It's just dreadful. It was truly, truly dreadful. They didn't have the intent. They didn't have the urgency. They didn't have the quality. And there was actually nothing. Absolutely nothing. And, I mean, Christian Romero. I mean, I've been questioning this bloke for a while now. I thought he was a good player last season. But he's such a... He just creates so much jeopardy around a team. He isn't good enough. And I think if he was playing in a better team, he really would be exposed. I think people would realise quite how average he is if he was playing in a better team. It's over. It's over for Tottenham. And ain't it glorious? Thank you for watching this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a like. Please click subscribe. And give this video a like if Tottenham Hotspur have brought a bit of joy to your day. In a bit.